it's even after I'd played the game for as long as I had, it still surprises me how stupid some people can be. Whether it's a mage who likes to run into a giant mob of five enemies and hit them with a frost nova and freeze them in place for a few seconds, after which 4 of them charge at the mage because he drew threat from 4 of them, but not the 5th one, which the warrior was tanking off of, or the same kind of mage who runs into a crowd and starts using arcane explosion 400 times and drawing all the threat and getting killed 900 times, within one instance. Or if it's, well, that was really the only real problem I had, I think. Well, no, that's not it. I mean, then there are always the problems of ninjas, people who go into an instance specifically to get one item and then steal it from everyone else, or someone who automatically hits the need button when looting uncommon or better items. And I've encountered both. What was really irritating, especially about the ninja experience, was he was a rogue, which is kind of funny. But after a while, you just kind of get sick of watching people hit need all the time. So I declared to the group, okay, if he's going to need everything, so am I. And so after that, for the short time the group was still together, there were only 2 people gunning for every piece of loot that came up, and it was me and the rogue, and I think he won most of them, which was pretty annoying. And the other one was another mage. I swear to God, it's like people don't know how to play mages. But he came in a group specifically for one item, and he went and needed it. And I believe I was playing a priest. I might have been playing a mage also, but this was whatever. I think it was a mage I was playing, but that was probably my first time running the Dead Mines with that character, and I didn't have any type of ring armor, and one of the bosses dropped a really great ring that would be extremely beneficial to mages and priests and warlocks alike, and he went and needed it, and I went and needed it, but of course he won, and then he said, "Oh hey guys, I gotta go, I have another dungeon running later with another group, bye," and then he left, and we were all really pissed off at him. But we managed to get another person, and I think we actually finished it with, I believe we got a hunter in place. And we went and finished it, and we kicked a lot of ass with that group. But my main point about World of Warcraft is that after a while, I got really sick of all the bullshit, all the stupid shit that happens. And, I just couldn't take so many idiots playing one game at the same time. Well, of course, on the other hand, my computer stopped running World of Warcraft when I played for more than 10 minutes at a time, but that's a small problem. Well, actually, no, it's not a small problem. I'm pretty sure I have bad sectors in my hard drive, so I'm probably going to have to replace my hard drive fairly soon. And I'll probably shop around on Newegg or something and try to find a really nice cheap hard drive for not too much, only maybe $100 or so. I don't really want to spend too much on it. I don't need a huge hard drive. I prefer getting external hard drives because I don't want spyware on my desktop. I'll take all the spyware I want on my laptop. I don't give a crap about my laptop, but I want to keep the desktop relatively clean so that it doesn't experience the same problems it did back when it first died. So anyway, it's a fairly roundabout way of saying that I'm fed up with World of Warcraft, and I'm probably not going to play it again for a good long time, for the foreseeable future at least. I don't think I can justify to myself paying $15 a month to be frustrated with a bunch of other people playing the same game and acting like a bunch of idiots. So instead of spending the $15 a month on World of Warcraft, I'm going to spend the $15 and put it towards my Netflix account, which is a much more worthwhile option to me. At least with a Netflix account, I can be constantly entertained with various movies and TV shows and all sorts of things. And actually, right now I have Spinal Tap, Adaptation, and No Country for Old Men. So I believe this is going to be a very entertaining weekend. And I've already seen Spinal Tap, but it's been a long time, so it's always good to have a refresher on some of these movies. All right, well that's probably all I had to say about World of Warcraft right now. So with that being done, I want to talk to you about this abhorrent trend in Hollywood over the last few years and continuing on for the next few years of companies taking the intellectual properties that have been created in comic books over the last 70 years or so, and well, not just comic books, but like old TV shows and all sorts of things like that, and just kind of warping them into their own twisted and horrible ideas. The two that are on my mind at the moment are two that have been advertised rather heavily, especially tonight. I was watching TV earlier. These two are Speed Racer and Iron Man. Now, I know Speed Racer wasn't a very good show to begin with, but for the love of God, why? I just don't get it. There's okay. I know the Wachowski brothers are directing it, and they're supposed to be the real cool, flashy guys and all that. But when you take something like Speed Racer, which was it's like a cult. It's a cult classic nowadays. It's known for its ridiculosity and its hilarious mouth animations and the gratuitous use of the word "ha." But they're trying to make it into some really futuristic, slick-looking, completely CGI-based giant shiny turd, basically. And this has been bothering me for quite some time. Not just Speed Racer, but I mean all of these movies in general have never lived up to my expectations, and they never will. I mean, there's no possible way that you could make a movie about any superhero. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's Superman, if it's Spider-Man, if it's fucking Cable, whatever. You're not going to make a good enough movie to satisfy me specifically. I was disappointed with the new Superman movie. I'll say it. I will tell you that I was absolutely disappointed in the Batman Begins movie, and despite the fact that a lot of my friends are looking forward to it, I have no intention of seeing The Dark Knight. I have no intention of it. I just can't watch it. Not just because of the whole Christian Bale thing, although I loved him in The Machinist, I will say that. But I don't like it. I just don't like this whole reinvention thing. And I don't think I can watch it because of the whole Heath Ledger thing. I didn't really watch very many movies with him in it, but it just seems a little morbid to me that they're going to go ahead and put out a movie with a guy who died while the movie was being made. It kind of reminds me a little bit of, well, not really this isn't really as I can't think of the word. It's not as big of a deal. This wasn't as big of a deal as the Heath Ledger thing, but Marlon Brando in the old Superman movie, the old new Superman movie, whatever.